I've got art everywhere. I spend a lot of time today, whatever today means, watching like alternative comedy. Um, which is kind of like alternative comedy. It's kind of like bad comedy on purpose. Some of it, some of the stuff I've been watching is just like people playing unlikable characters. Or then I'll switch and watch, like really grumpy movie review shows. In general, I like so I record stuff like this because I like my kitchen does not smell good because I've got a lot of garbage that I'm afraid to take outside. God, I got three. No, I got four Christmas nutcrackers pulled out in the month before Christmas. At one point, I mean, I own about, I'm gonna just guesstimate, uh, 3 dozen, 40. I own a lot of nutcrackers. Anyway, I pulled four out. I gave one away to a very good friend who was visiting. This is a Scottish one. Um, I also watched some Kenji Lopez alt. I think those are the his names in the right order. Cooking videos, and this will be ironic coming from me, but um, I find his cooking videos distracting because he does them from his messy home. So I could fully understand why someone, why I would think the majority of people would be unable to watch anything I do. I don't want to leave the house during the day. At one point, I got this, you know, sort of life changing idea sometime around New Year to shave most of my hair, which I haven't done in like, I don't know, let's just say 20 years. And um, I just don't want to listen to a bunch of neighbors that I don't care about comment on it. So it is still chilly, but today's the first day. It's been around, and I use Celsius, so like if you don't understand Celsius, just you can imagine. But it's been around zero, it's been -1, 0. I think today it might be 7. So, like, this is the warmest it's been in a while. My, I have a Fahrenheit thermometer in here. it says it's 72, but that's unreal. That's not the outdoor thermometer. Also says it's 72. I don't think it's 72 today. I don't understand what's going on. It's a high of 7 Celsius is not 72. Maybe my thermometers are broken. Maybe my home inside is 72, but 72 isn't that comfortable. Why am I cold? Is it 'cause it's drafty? I keep my um I keep my bedroom pretty warm with a space heater. And that's where I've been spending most of my time because I think it's cold. My last few meals have been rice and oatmeal and peanut butter. I'm really unhappy about it. I think I'm gonna make well, I'm just gonna make like a garlic and butter pasta, but I'm gonna put broccoli in it. I think that'll be good. Um, one of the reasons I make content like this is, gee, what are the reasons? I'm gonna uh, it's fine. I was gonna turn it around so I don't see comments, but I think the only person who, I think that person stopped. I think my subscriber count went down one, followers, whatever, because I made someone mad. I think. But that was the only person who commented regularly, and he had a very, what I would say, aggressive, masculine point of view, which I didn't like. Okay, step one is I'm gonna, um, we don't all respond to the same things, and if like if you yell at me that I need to pull myself up by my bootstraps, I'm just gonna fail harder. So one of the reasons that I do what I do is that, come on, get it together. No, it doesn't matter. I was about to get mad at myself, like, do all the top and then do the bottom. And then I realized, um, as sad as it is, this is my exercise for lately. So, doing the doing 3 things on the bottom and then mixing, then going back to the top, then the bottom, and then the top is good actually. You ever have, I mean, I hope most people don't live as bad as I've been living lately, but do you ever have a moment like that where you think, um, like maybe you're walking up and down stairs if you live in a 2-story house, or back and forth, you forgot something in the car or whatever, and you have that frustration, but then you think, but I can use the walk. Who cares? It's not a big deal. Like I, I, I say we, maybe we, definitely I have had those experiences where I'm like mad at myself for forgetting to do something in the right order, and it doesn't matter. It's been so long since I've done any laundry. Since I've laundered my plates, that uh, It just comes from cleaning. So you could say you laundered your plates. Why not? Oh my God, I feel sick. I feel everything bad. Have some tea. I'm at a point in chronic pain where I've run out of like hope, run out of pills to take, and oh, I could continue loading the dishwasher. Oh, so when I was talking about watching alternative comedians or watching movie review shows, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of stuff I watch that's not for the content. It's for the sense of uh, the word that comes to mind is camaraderie, which is a little bit weird because that implies, I think it implies being in the same room together, but it's the illusion of being in a room together. Uh, I mean, I don't have rapport with, my viewers. The one person who tried to participate, I told him to fuck off, basically. Um, so, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you ever click on a video because it has, you know, a description that about something that you're interested in, and it starts out, what, how to, it'll go like, we take you behind the scenes of the new Star Wars show, and you're just like, oh my God, people talk like that and listen to things like that? I clicked on the wrong video. Um, there are people who enjoy sort of chipper, professionally produced content. I, and I'm not gonna say I never do. I'm just gonna say Husker Du. I'm gonna say that I like a variety, and I like a lot more of what I consider to be natural speech levels than I do whatever that was. I can't even, because I'd have to write copy. Well, I guess some people talk that way, and it doesn't even have to be scripted. It's just how they talk. All right, just think about it. Pretend you're selling something. Okay, but in what environment? This environment? I'll try something. Join us today for something rarely seen. We go behind the scenes with a failed artist who has a lifetime of work, a lifetime of clutter, someone who's clearly a hoarder, chronic pain sufferer. I'm still not doing it. It's not, you're not selling it. Hey guys, help me. All right. I just don't, I can't believe TV talks to people like that still. Um, so yeah, I was watching a lot of alternative comedy just to hear people uh, sounding grumpy and weird. Well, instead of going back, instead of going that far from the natural self, what can't I imagine myself? What? Like on a day when I wasn't in pain? Um, what are you saying? I'm saying, are you saying anytime that you don't talk like you're in pain, you're faking it? I don't think I said that, but maybe I was implying it. Ugh, I'm putting a bunch of effort into making something I don't want. But what are the options? Leave the house? I can't leave the house because I smell like an entire subway car. Not just any subway car, but an air. Mm, how I wish I were there. If anyone young ever stumbles on this, my advice for most conditions is to move out of the United States. I don't really know what it is that's the cause of my pain. In the like 18 months or so that I've been seeing a pain specialist. They have no real idea of what's causing it, and they rarely touch me like I'm doing right now. Because, like, oh, except for, I mean, they'll give me injections that cost a lot of money, but in terms of just like trying to figure out what it is, I don't think they're interested. Um, I mean, this is the United States. Most people are inactive. I'm pretty sure they just, see a lot of people like me, and if most people are helped by injections, then they're happy to sell them. And they only help me 50% of the time or less. So, I mean, either I don't have a cause other than being a lazy, fat ass American, excuse me, is what I meant to say. Or I do have a cause and they didn't bother to find it. I feel, and it's weird because I'm not feeling it right now, but I just don't think I've found the right place. But there are times where I feel a sharp pain when I press certain places. Like, oh, I've had some accidents. I had a fall on ice. I had a car accident, and I've definitely had um, some falls while partying because I used to get very drunk. And that was because I hated my life in America. So, I think I said this in my most recent one, but like a week or so, I was watching. I've just been on YouTube a lot lately. A week or so, I was watching something saying that the Finnish or the people from Finland, people who live in Finland, are the happiest country for years. And then a few days ago, I saw something that said that Finland's solution to homelessness is to give the homeless homes. And they're not just homes, but they get support network, social, multiple people help the homeless with whether it's substance addiction, psychological counseling, career counseling. And I mean, I thought, gee, I wish I lived there. And not only, you know, would it help someone like me who I feel on the verge of homelessness on a regular basis, so it would help me in that sense, but it would help me to be happier because I think it's cumulative the misery of being an American, being sold repeatedly that I live in the greatest country on earth, the richest, most powerful country on earth, as every candidate for president has always said. And human beings are thrown away on the streets of every American city. That tears me apart. And I don't like all the blowing up of people in the rest of the world that we do either. I'd be much happier to live in Finland. But I'm stuck in this shithole. And yeah, I would be cold in Finland, I'll give you that. But I don't know. I'm already like I'm warmer from being more active. That's science. Got a lot of recycling. I mean, the garbage situation in the world upsets me. But my goal for today, for this moment, is to stream. I'm not sure why. And to run the dishwasher soonish. And to. Am I just gonna make a. Am I just gonna make a broccoli. What? What am I gonna do? Broccoli, garlic, creamy pasta. I don't want all this. I could bring you closer, but I don't know what the point of anything is. What are you gonna do? It's frozen. You're gonna chop off. You're just gonna chop off a couple stalks. And throw them in the pasta water the whole time or just part of it. Haven't decided. And which pot are you gonna use to boil the pasta? And which pot are you gonna use to make the sauce? So my ice machine stopped working, but somehow I have this tiny mini ice tray from one of my many fridges. So I guess I'll start using it. Fun. Last night, in the middle of the night, the water was turned off. That was unexpected, but maybe it was planned. I don't know. Usually when something like that happens, you have to run it for a long time. Oh my God, I'm so sad. Um, I'm sick to my stomach. I'm really not eating well. Uh, boil water pasta. Save the pasta water. So we're gonna need 2 pots. This is clean. Is it? It's got it. It looks clean, but it's got a little bit of starch in it from the last time I made pasta. Whoops. Um. Okay. So I don't know. I'm speaking to anyone else who might have ever felt so bad that they wanted someone else to take over. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to decide how much to make. I guess I'll make the last 2 pieces. Oh, I know just what to do with that bag. No, I have to wash it first. Do I have any clean bags? I'm so weird, I want to save all the hair I cut off. Um, because someday all my hair is going to be gray, and I don't know, it would amuse me to have a bag of brown hair. Probably gross. Rear. Eye. It's just been sitting on the floor of my bathroom for weeks. Think there's stuff growing in it? I don't think so. I don't know. So do I want the broccoli? I mean, it is frozen after all. So do I want to put it in? I think I'll just decide when to put it in. It'll just come to me. So let's see if we can slice frozen broccoli. So, I was really hoping at Christmas, New Year, that my boyfriend would come back here with me and help me with a few small tasks. Um, and that was before I got stood up by the doctor's office. Uh, I don't know if I want this much broccoli in my pasta. I'm cutting these stem pieces small. seems like maybe I picked out too many stalks. Are we sure we want to put the broccoli in with the water and not the sauce? If you haven't figured it out, we're not sure of anything. This is why I want someone else to take over my life for right now. So this is the way I kind of look at it. I feel dead. If I died and my place was like this, then suddenly sister or friends or the government or someone would have to, like if I were suddenly dead, then I don't have, I mean, I have a sort of will, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, if I were suddenly dead, then other people would have to deal with all this stuff. And so I thought, well, why can't I just like be dead now while I'm alive and get sign over power of attorney to someone else and just say, look, I know it's a mess. Um, if if living on the streets, I mean, like I don't want anything greater than, yeah, like I don't care. Um, if I put it in there, no, so what I'll do is I'll put it like in a basket to steam on top of it. If I put it in the water, it'll all get lost in the water. I mean, obviously waterlogged, although I don't know if that matters much because I did such a crummy job freezing. But yeah, I just wonder if there's anybody else who sort of wished they were dead while they were still alive and, you know, because people, if you're alone and you don't have anyone you're close to, like a spouse or a bestie, then what do you do when you're incapable of functioning? So what am I gonna do? Steam it on top of the boiling pasta? And then what? Or just wait and cook it in the sauce? What am I gonna do for the sauce? I'm just gonna do a roux. That's it. That's all I've got. Oh, with pasta water. That's all I've got. If you know anyone who's uh, in a bad financial state, um, it's not as common in the US as it is in Europe and Canada and stuff, but it must be, you must be able to find it somewhere or order it. Give your friend who struggles uh, shelf stable milk, Parmalat. I have a case of water in plastic bottles that someone sent me. Um, water I can drink. I mean, I don't have a shortage of water, but something that requires, anyway, just shelf-stable milk is a good thing to keep. Okay, so get me. I've done enough activity to take off my jacket. Now, because I can't find anything to, oh God, what am I doing? After I cook that, I'm gonna put butter and flour in here and just garlic powder. Oh, I have a 1 clove left, but it might be rotten. No, it's good. It's okay. Oh, don't bubble over. Quick, get a wooden spoon. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. This doesn't take long to cook, so I should get going. Okay. This used to be my clear counter. Okay. Oh. Oh, what about chicken broth? I think the pasta water. I mean, I could throw some chicken broth in the pasta water. And let's do that. I've got the bouillon jar. Just because it might be a little more nutritious. Right? You know, for all that sodium that I'm missing. Actually, besides sodium, there's very little benefit in that negligible 1 gram protein, negligible potassium. Anyway, roux, front burner on, chop the butter. Right. It's like 1 tablespoon. How much butter? I don't know. It is going to get mixed with pasta. It's just about 2 tablespoons. So then, to the best of my recollection, next goes 2 tablespoons of flour. Oh, I want to die. Ah, I don't really measure things except for I don't really measure anything. Wow, this still has water trapped in it from the last time it was washed. And then you just kind of whisk the butter and the flour together over medium. And my idea is, I mean, I think it's just supposed to be a minute or two so that did I go through? So that I should have put the garlic in. It's just supposed to be a minute or two so that the flour doesn't taste like flour, but more like something else. So I'm gonna put garlic and some broccoli in. See how that goes. Oops, there's some garlic that fell. Garlic is fun because you can smell it, when it's cooking. So I think I'm just gonna throw all of the broccoli in the roux, trying something different. So if this were Kenji's show, it goes from an establishing shot of his messy kitchen to over the like attached to his forehead shot. And his kitchen isn't messy like this. It's just used. He's I think, father, husband, and he just does a little show from home, which is a great life. Okay, so now all the sauce is stuck to now. I could do? I could introduce liquid first. So at this point, I would often add in milk, but I don't have any. So I'm gonna see what happens with just the pasta water. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I probably should turn off this. I'm sure it's cooked. So looks like I might have used too much flour, but I mean this is what I'm doing because I don't have cheese, I don't have dairy. I'm just making a sauce of butter and flour, and I want to make sure that the flour is cooked. So so I might end up using most of the where's the I might end up using most of the pasta water. Someone on the Fediverse did like the weirdest poll the other day, like you're in pain, or maybe it was when you're sick. You like, do you find that you're clumsy? It's like, yes, it's not. I mean, I was glad that people were talking about it, but that's not some revelation. Or maybe they're young. Okay, so I'll show you another thing that'll happen is it'll get thicker as it gets cooler. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take all of the starchy pasta water. So so one of the problems that I'm having with my diet is I'm having way too much starch. But yeah, let's just do it. And then it's like, damn it, I should have put all that water in. Oh well. I'll show you what I've made. All right, so this is, dried pasta, butter, flour, and broccoli and garlic, and that's the whole sauce. Oh, I meant to put in garlic powder in addition to the garlic chopped, but I did not. A little salt, a little pepper, and yeah, if I had to do it again, I would add some granulated garlic to bump that up a little bit since I only had one clove. Lemon could be good with this. I have some lemon, so I'm gonna see what that does. I think it's gonna make it very much more bright and springy. Maybe I'd do less. So I did 2 tablespoons of butter, about the same amount of flour. I mean, it's pretty good considering. What would I change? I'd add cheese if I had it. Maybe brown the butter with the garlic before adding the flour. It's definitely filling. The lemon helps a lot. The broccoli, I hope, does me some good. Most of my meals lately have been fiber, starch, carbs with, you know, salt and butter, which is what this is, but I put some broccoli in it. put the other half of the lemon in the leftover and put it away for when I wake up or something. I'm still miserable. This is why I'm losing. Well, I'm eating terrible food, but um, I'm losing. Food has always been like super enjoyable to me, but being in pain 24/7 just don't feel better. It's a bummer. Need to put it in. That's too big. That's good. Getting over is a important life skill. Now doesn't this doesn't hurt. So what? Like so, I guess that wasn't targeting the. I was going to show you. I was trying to get the dish clean. A silicone spatula does a great job, but I don't have the energy. I think the trick is it always seems small. I think the trick is always just to do less roux. It seems small, but then it multiplies when the liquid starts being added. So it could be less saucy. Mm. So yeah, Maybe lately I don't like. I've always liked pepper. I've always liked cracked pepper. Lately I don't. It just end up not getting crushed enough and showing up individually where you don't want them, when you don't want them. So I should rinse these out, but maybe I'll try to run this without any further thought. Great idea. No further thought, just run it. Um, put in the detergent. I love powder detergent so much. Hard to find. Um, then, no thought. I like to bring warm water to, because it takes a long time for hot water to get from my heater to the kitchen. As I told you, the water was off at some point last night. Okay, that's warm enough. And now we're running the dishes. This is my call for help. If you want to run an artist's life, I mean, my number one thing is I don't want to live on this street. I want most of my paintings to go to others, some to go to wherever I end up living. I would be instantly happier if you could um, get me anywhere outside the United States. I don't care. I think it's sad that I just made a mildly satisfying meal and I'm miserable. So, if I haven't said it already in this stream, when I was younger, I was suspicious of moving away because I didn't feel I knew who I was, and I didn't feel, I had that sort of, well, wherever you go, there you are thought. Because I thought, well, I'm just depressed, and I have to come up with a way to fit into the world. I mean, like I've been depressed in Paris and Barcelona. When I was sometime in college, um, my mom paid me to help her and some religious ladies make some train connections and do what they wanted to do. I could totally be a tour guide person. Um, my brain is, it doesn't, it's not working right now, but when my brain works, it's very, uh, I'm good at all that, and I'm good at understanding how to get by, whether I speak a language or not. I'm able to figure out enough to get by. Plus, we were going to France where I can speak bad. Um, in my last stream, I started reading from the French dictionary. So, France is one of the countries I wish I had been born in. But, I've been depressed in France, and I've been depressed in Barcelona, which is my favorite place that I've ever been now. But in those days, I was depressed because I hated this rotten core at the heart of me, which was thinking men were sexually attractive. And just because I had that feeling, I hated myself no matter where I was. And I mean, I've known a lot of gay people. Once you come out, even before I came out, but anyway, gay people tend to meet a lot of gay people. Or remember, take note. So, if I were designing headphones, I'd have them, I guess, join in the back because I like to touch my head. I don't know. Um, oh my God. I know I'm talking about emotional things, but it's the pain. That's so I think that wherever you go, there you are is I guess I'm gonna say means different things at different stages of your life or something like that. If I guess what I'm saying is I didn't think moving away would be a solution for my problems back when I felt that my problems were within me. And it's funny that the biggest problem was me not facing the truth of who I am. The biggest problem I had was just not being me, was denial, and how much energy that takes up. Kind of like the way I feel now about like I don't have the energy to go around pretending that the United States is a legitimate country. I don't have the energy to pretend to care about things on desks and numbers and it it we're just a shameful place. Um, cognitive dissonance. Thoughts that aren't in harmony. When I was depressed in Paris, instead of, I mean, at something like age 21 and not enjoying um, myself, not enjoying the sex that was super available. Um, it doesn't just have to be about sex, but I was just expending so much energy. And I like cognitive dissonance as the big umbrella term for, just like thoughts which are emotions at odds with each other, clashing with each other. If you like, military at war with each other. And I could go on and on and on through my life story, but the point is that I no longer it's just different dissonance. I said it already, but like I no longer feel, oh, I can't go somewhere and be the gay atheist humanist that I am because I'm too ashamed. I mean, like maybe I should be and I'd get along better in this um horrendous country, and maybe I'd be able to earn money while others starve and get bombed. But I don't want to do that, and I don't feel any community here. All I feel is hostility here. So that's why I say drop me on the streets anywhere and I'd be happier. And if you're going to be like a devil's advocate, it's like, sure, drop me somewhere hostile. And either they, I don't speak the language or they don't accept me and I die. That's fine. I'll do my best to be friendly and get my point across. And what would I do about my medicine and back problems? Well, depending upon where you dropped me, there's a very good chance I could have access to better health care without the stress of being in debt forever. But it's just, something worth living for, something worth fighting for. A community that loves each other. Of course, I would be the outsider, but I would be saying, teach me your values. Oh, I believe them. Let me help you. I can't do that here. I've lived here half a century. I know what the values are. I can't survive here. Or I just don't want to end my days here. I mean, I do want to end them. I don't want to I don't want to be an American. Pero no hablo ningún. I love that word ningún. I want I was going to say nunca. Ningún is no one and nunca is none, I think. I mean, here's the thing, is what I'm trying to say. I don't speak any other languages. And I said you could drop me anywhere, but please don't drop me in the United Kingdom. Even Canada is better than the United Kingdom. I feel like the United Kingdom got jealous that the US is the big empire of the globe, and so they've just been taking pointers from us on how to be more terrible. And I know Canada's messed up, but I don't think they really want to be more like us. The only thing they've got going for them is that they're not us and their beauty. This session was about trying to work up my energy to communicate with my sister, who I sent her a bunch of messages, and she's getting around to replying, but because she's a normal person, she's, like asking uh, practical questions, and I don't know. I don't know. This heater says risk of hyperthermia. Wonder how I could manage to get that. Infants or others. I'm an other. Well, I guess that's me making food that I need to live and don't feel much better after eating. I think I'm going to share this one over. I've been sharing things directly to YouTube for no other reason than just to be an alternative to the people who talk like this. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe. They're just, I mean, getting depressed isn't on everybody's to-do list, but for some of us, slick talking is depressing. And I'm just trying to up the amount of real. It's just a record of an artist with chronic pain who's unhappy living in the United States.